Have you ever heard of the one and only Emperor of the United States? No, this isn't a fantasy story. This really happened. Let's travel back to the mid-19th century, to the bustling city of San Francisco. Meet Joshua Abraham Norton, an English-born businessman who, after a series of failed business ventures, decided on a rather unique career change. On September 17, 1859, Norton walked into the offices of the San Francisco Bulletin newspaper and handed them a proclamation. It declared him Norton I, Emperor of the United States. The editors, probably thinking it was a hilarious joke, decided to publish it. Little did they know, they were helping to create a legend. Now, you might think people would have just ignored him, right? But this is where the story gets truly incredible. The people of San Francisco didn't just ignore him, they embraced him. Emperor Norton became a beloved local celebrity. He would patrol the streets in a blue military uniform with gold-plated epaulets, often accompanied by his two stray dogs, Bummer and Lazarus, who were themselves local icons. He would inspect public works, check on the condition of the streets, and deliver long, elaborate philosophical speeches to anyone who would listen. He issued his own currency, 50-cent to $10 bonds, which were surprisingly accepted by many restaurants and businesses in the city. When his uniform started to look a bit worn out, the city's Board of Supervisors officially voted to buy him a new one. Theaters even reserved balcony seats for him at every opening night, free of charge. But Norton wasn't just a quirky figurehead, he was also a man of vision. He issued decrees that were surprisingly ahead of their time. He called for the construction of a suspension bridge connecting Oakland and San Francisco decades before the Bay Bridge was even conceived. He also decreed the formation of a League of Nations to peacefully resolve international disputes. His proclamations, though legally powerless, often showed a genuine concern for the welfare of the people and a desire for unity and progress. When a new police officer once tried to arrest him for vagrancy, it caused a public outcry. The citizens were furious. The police chief immediately ordered Norton's release and issued a formal apology. From that day on, all police officers would salute Emperor Norton whenever they saw him on the street. He was, in a way, untouchable. His reign lasted for 21 years. When he passed away in January 1880, his funeral was a massive event. It was initially supposed to be a simple affair, but the business community quickly raised money for a grand farewell. The San Francisco Chronicle's headline read, "Laroy est mort, the king is dead." Reports say that as many as 30,000 people, from all walks of life, lined the streets to pay their last respects to their beloved emperor. So why did an entire city play along with this fantasy? Perhaps it was because in a time of great change and uncertainty, Emperor Norton provided a sense of stability, humor, and shared community. He was a symbol of San Francisco's eccentric and tolerant spirit. He wasn't a powerful ruler, but he was their emperor, harmless, kind-hearted man who brought a little bit of magic to everyday life. The story of Emperor Norton I is a beautiful reminder that sometimes, the most memorable figures in history aren't the ones with the most power, but the ones with the biggest hearts and the boldest imaginations. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's most fascinating footnotes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories. See you next time.